G'day, welcome back to Doom Mod Wackiness, and there's like 24 hours left before ramp submissions close, so and then it'll be a week before I think roughly before bugs are sorted and it'll likely be released. So my level's completed, and I thought I'd start this year's ramp 2025 runs with a playthrough of my completed level, because I'm not going to show off anyone else's work until that final completion is out, like the final release is out. So, whoops. So, I thought I'll play through mine because it's complete now. We're not going to explore the whole TARDIS, but we are going to go a little ways into the TARDIS, down past the macaroon dispenser.
I can sense danger. Telepathic trace faint but rapidly increasing in strength. Do not go out.
I really wanted to add him in since the start, and I couldn't figure out how to get him built, but it worked. If you go to the index file, I've added this credits here because the sprites that you see in here for the Cybermen were originally created by Andrew Brockhouse back in, I believe it was the 90s, for a Doctor Who Doom 2 WOD, which replaced all the sprites and weapons. The basic Cyberman and the Cybermat are 100% Andrew's creation. The rest of the sprites, however, I have modified in some way, so I still consider them to be essentially Andrew's, but I have done some significant work on them. It's quite eye-opening just how much work sprite work is. I was trying to make it cyber turret sprite that shoots out not these cyber drones, but the other ones that I just killed. The ones that act like lost souls. But I'm not overly happy with how it's turned out. This will hurt you if you swim in it. So, the length of time it's going to take a person to complete this level is dependent on which order they explore the different time zones in. So if you explore from the past to the present to the future, you'll get your weapons faster, but it will take longer to get through the level. I'm just going to cheat and resurrect there because I was distracted. If you go from the future backwards, you'll progress through the level quicker, but you'll take a longer time obtaining the weapons. So this is one of Andrew's Cybermen, and so is that. And Andrew's Cybermats. So these scouts are my modifications. That is one of my modifications. That's a rocket wielding heavy Cyberman. They've got red on their chest vents and red and black handlebars. And they're the ones that, excuse me, they're the ones that say destroy them. So you can pick them out against the others. Because these heavy weapons still say excellent. They've just got red handlebars. They're essentially chain gunners. See, by going to the past, you'll get chain gun here, and you'll get plasma rifle here. Whereas you'll still be stuck with your shotgun if you go through the future first. And going to the present first, which is where you actually start off. We'll get you super shotgun. But you can explore any time zone in whatever order. But you will have to visit them in a particular order to progress through and get all the keys. Another heavy Cyberman with the red handlebars. So, because my idea for this came about as I'll do a TC, a total conversion. Excuse me, Friday. Thank you, buddy. You just got me rocketed in the face. Excuse me, mate. I need to see the screen. Because my original concept for this was I'll make a Doctor Who total conversion at some point after I finish Two Demons Dream. I had to cut back a lot of my ideas that I had for this level. There was going to be a lot more time travelling with a lot more time travel puzzles and, you know, jumping and crouching progression and stuff like that. Oops. That one. But yeah, I ended up again depending on which way through the time periods the player decides to explore. It can go to, I can complete it between 12 and 18 minutes roughly. So I didn't want it to get too long. To complete, so a lot of my intents for having more ambushes and stuff as you revisit the zones after having cleared them out has been culled as well. Well, they sorted themselves out. Dangerous place for a rocket launcher dude to be, but they're effective when they're not blowing themselves up. So you'll notice through the timelines, either the construction hasn't been finished, like in the past this room hasn't been done. In the present the door's closed, but if we go to the future that door's open because you've already been there in the past, i.e. in this time zone, when you come back with the key. So this corridor here, you just saw that Cyberman pop out and shoot the target here. This is actually a reference to Tomb of the Cybermen, when Jamie McCrimmon accidentally sets off a weapons testing dummy. And this whole tomb is inspired by Tomb of the Cybermen as well. But again, as you can see, the message says that the key will be obtained in the future and will still remain here in the past. So if we go in here, you can see the yellow key up there. And here's a good time to see this regular Cyberman. Heavy weapons Cyberman. Heavy weapons rocket launcher Cyberman. There's the key, we can't get that yet. But you'll see this door here's opened. If I hadn't fired that mining laser in the past, this door would never have existed. But by firing the mining laser, you change the course of history and reveal a cave that the Cybermen end up going, hey, we'll use that. The scanner works with every time period. Bad shooting. Ow. So if you've ever seen the story Earthshock, another Cyberman story, where Adric dies, it's a 5th Doctor story, Peter Davison. This is not a TARDIS console, this is a cyber control unit. Oh, I don't need the health. It's actually pretty hard coming up with a good range of enemy variety when it comes to Doctor Who enemies. Well, I mean, it is and it's not, because you could just punch Cybermen and Daleks and warriors from Mars and Silurians all together. But, like, that makes no sense. when you're trying to create a story based around, or a gameplay based around a specific type of enemy from the series, there's not much distinction between units, let's just say. So I wanted to add a few more custom enemies to make the gameplay have a bit more variety. But yeah, unfortunately I wasn't able to. But here's an example, because even though we haven't gone there yet, because we still don't have the yellow key, we have in the past, in quotations, that past being the present timeline. Not to be confused with the fact that we're in the future timeline here, but the present timeline being the past at this point. We've visited there. So you can come in and again, the same thing here. You'll see that that pillar is down and this switch is already activated. Because again, we've been here. When we get the yellow key, we come in here to get the red key. And that's why the ship outside that we just went into, the ship from the Silver Nemesis, its doors are open in the present and the future timelines because we open it in the past. It's confusing, it's very wibbly wobbly. But here's the only secret, and it's a good one for this area. There's a few rocket launcher dudes, but this is not too hard to beat. Regardless, as long as you stay on your toes. Now we've got the yellow key. And now we go back to the present. And now we can come in here and go into the yellow key, yellow door. Which is why it's open in the future. You can see the red keys up there, but the blue door hasn't, the room with the blue door hasn't been completed in this time frame. Oh, almost didn't get that shot off. When I first put in the red key, my original height for that pillar was not high enough. A player could jump up here and run and jump to it, which means they bypassed the needing to drop down and lower it and revealing the cyber leader in there. It's kind of amusing to see, to watch playtesters running about going, what am I supposed to do? Where's this last cyber leader? But like, it really wasn't conducive to good gameplay flow. Okay, so now we can go back to the past. Mr. Puss, out of the screen, buddy. So this ship from the Silver is supposed to be the ship from the Silver Nemesis. Now we've got the blue key. We can go. See? Present and future time zones, that door's already open. And now we can go to the future, which is the only time zone where the blue door exists. open or closed. And again, fully functional scanner. And you can go back through the level properly, but there's shortcuts there so that players don't have to do that. And now instead of a cave, this room is complete. Emergency dematerialization protocols are now available in the fault locator room. First room on the left. Yeah, unfortunately I couldn't stop the map from having 3 separate sector zones. Oh, and there's some mines I need to hide over there, I think. Might be part of the TARDIS though, actually. I hate leaving a messy auto map. Yes, that's right, we killed the... So, every weapon can be found in the level except for the BFG. And for those who actually explore the TARDIS, you can actually get a good start with every weapon and 200% health and armor, but that's a bonus for actually exploring, because you don't need to go to the TARDIS, through the TARDIS, except for the control room, to complete the level. But that was my completed level 4 ramp this year, and this will be, can be considered the start of my ramp playthroughs for ramp 2025. Like I said, I'll start playing other people's maps once the final product is out, and just like last year, I don't plan on playing through all the levels because there are almost 200 levels in the project now to date. So I'll do whatever random ones catch my fancy and whatever ones I get requested to play through. But thanks for watching, guys, and I will have I'll probably, the next video will probably be 7 sectors or 64 squares, depending on how I feel. It might even actually be the final Plutonia tribute quilt, because I've only got the Icon of Sin to complete that, so we'll see. I don't know. I'm not even sure when it will come about, because if I'm not in the mood to do or play a game, I'm not going to be able to create a good video. So thanks for watching anyway, guys, and I'll catch you next time.